Opie and Anthony.
Hey, it's Sam.
Hey, it's E-Rock from Opie and Anthony.
More O&A coming up.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah?
You know when Anthony likes to tell that story about a fat comic who was abused as a kid, used to get hit with a whiskey bottle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't understand why he keeps talking about show friend Bob Kelly like that.
I don't know. And it was awkward with Bob sitting in the studio right next to him.
Maybe he was actually talking about Louis Anderson.
No, I think it was Bob Kelly.
Probably right. You listen.
I have radio shows calling me fat, contributing to my already low self-esteem, high weight. Oh, God, Louis. Ugh.
Leave Louis alone. Louis had a tough life with whiskey bottles.
Whiskey bottles being thrown at me by my abusive father and my enabling mother.
Survey says.
Survey says homosexual. Top 10 answers on the board to this. What does Louis like in his... Show me big black... In school, I was just made fun of. I was poked fun of in school, and now I'm poked by big...
Oh, here we go.
Family Feud. Yeah. We're going to be playing the feud. It's a coincidence that I host this game show, Family Feud, because I've been in a lot of family feuds over what I do while I'm babysitting. It's a child abuse joke. I'm insinuating that he abuses and molests children. All right. Surveyed our audience and top 10 answers on the board to what's Louis' favorite food. Louis' favorite food. Okay, they're trying to decide who's going to go up and press the little thing to tell who goes first. Jeez, this takes forever. Okay, thanks, E-Rock. Louis E-Rock Anderson. All right, is it? You said steak. Is it steak? No, it's not steak. You have a chance to steal on this one now. A chance to steal. What's Louis' favorite food? Your answer is, man. Yes, it is. It's big, hairy man. I eat it like pudding. I love it. I like a nice musky smell. Like when a man knows he's got a shower after sitting on the bowl. You ever sit there and just know you got a shower? It's wafting up. You do a courtesy flush and realize it's you. Yeah. Young boys. Wasn't a question. I'm just saying I love them.
You got it?
Yeah. You got it. What's that? AIDS? If I got AIDS, it would take me 20 years to wither away.
Tim H. from Columbus. I like how you said leave Louis alone and immediately start making fun of him.
I'm just thinking of that. I'm like,
you guys are ruthless, he writes.
I go,
Leave Louis alone.
leave poor Louis alone. And then,
Yeah.
And then we hammer him way more than they ever even...
Leave Louis alone.
The Opie and Anthony Show starts now.
Previously on O&A.
Why don't we use people that are currently incarcerated in our prison systems and have them work off their own tab for being arrested? And then that solves all of our problems with illegal aliens and the economy working in low-level farm jobs.
I think they do that to a point. They get some convicts out there on the... Yeah, but you know, you don't want fucking murderers and rapists out there picking your shit. Putting strawberries up their ass and throwing them in the basket.
They're just angry.
They're just mad at being in prison.
They're all chocolate-covered fucking strawberries.
Yeah, what happened?
What the hell, man?
the guy who was arrested of putting a prostitute in a bear trap is now cleaning your lettuce.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't think I like that
That could be a problem, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's what happens is the incompetence in teachers is what's causing this problem, stupid.
Sarah, comment on that?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Of course you can't. You have no answer for that, do you?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yes, you can. You just got no answer for it. As usual, with the teachers ruining this country.
I'm sorry. I don't know what my phone's not working.
Yeah, exactly. Good. I thought so.
must be what it's like in your classroom. You don't understand the
Yeah,
student. Jimmy's the student, you're the teacher, and she's gone. All right.
That was mean, Jimmy.
Yes, of course. Mean Jimmy, but maybe her phone wasn't working.
Oh, no. I held up the sign that said Mean Jimmy, and I was going to do it to the next caller.
I love Mean
But then
Jimmy.
she was still there. I just decided to.
Talk about it quite a bit. We got books on him. I bought him books, not about Nazism, but about the war, and he liked reading about that. And I had a friend that was a Nazi that I used to do antique shows with.
How is this? I agree, Hope. How is this helping?
What a fucking asshole.
I had a friend that was a Nazi.
God, Jesse James, your dad's a douche.
I just want you to know I love you very much. But what you are doing to yourself, I cannot stand by and watch.
Shut up. Just get up and backhand her.
And they have help writing their letters. I want to see these people without letters, how awful their
God.
speeches would be.
They're
their
awful
speeches would be horrendous.
Because they're just reading them,
Right.
and it's horrible.
Let's not laugh at this too hard because
Oh,
we
yes?
all realize we're going to wind up in a fucking karaoke basement Long Island sooner or later reading our letters.
As I walked downstairs, I go, oh, what's this, a party?
Yeah, it is. We're all wearing hats that have boo on them and Anthony with an X across his face.
Opie and Anthony, live next.
But 166 is never a hot 22-year-old.
It's shitty.
It's a shitty deal.
When they start going through your computer and your internal emails, oh, you are cooked.
Oh, boy.
Boy, are you in deep shit. Wow. Hot seat. Hot seat.
Exhibit 166, series of emails. First is June 26, 07. That's after June.
You know, I got to stop, man, because a lot of people, these fucking assholes that are our fans, they're saying Citadel, Citadel, Citadel. Do you think we were in on a shitty deal? Do you think that me and you were part of a shitty deal with another company?
Was a shitty deal.
But when they sold us over $100,000 worth of stock
I didn't
each,
think it was shitty.
I didn't think.
I thought it was
You
a
think-
good deal.
You think that fucking Fareed had some kind of internal memo going on?
We got
Going, oh shit, do we have a shitty deal here? Get your
Yeah.
clients on the phone. And we were the clients.
We were the guys getting in on the IPO. We got in on the ground floor
sure
of a
did.
shitty deal.
We sure did. We
Fareed.
sure did.
No, it is not a shitty deal. Well, let's look at my stock certificate, Fareed, shall we? Oh, humna. See, this was worth $100,000. It's now worth $0. Would you say that's a shitty deal, Fareed?
What did we figure it out? It was worth like $100 or something?
If that. I think they went bankrupt, so now it's worth $0.
It's basically worth $0.
It's nothingness.
Yeah, we got wiped out. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
The amazing thing in this country is that all this thievery or whatever it is going on, and all the papers can talk about is how the senator said shitty.
Exactly. They're not looking into the meat and potatoes of this whole situation and why they're having this hearing and why Goldman Sachs is up there. It's the shitty part.
It's all about.
That just goes to shit. You know, that didn't even hit me. You're absolutely right. That's embarrassing as a country.
Yeah, we're the hip, progressive Americans who are free to tell everybody else how to live their lives. And this is, somebody says the word shit, and it's front page news.
Front page is the shit part, not the actual why they were called in front of it. If you know all the facts as to why Goldman Sachs is sitting there in front of Congress, that's one thing. And then you could get into the shitty part and see how funny it is. But like your average layman is just reading that going, oh, he said shit? Yeah. And has no idea why, who, where, when. It doesn't matter.
The fact we consider that shocking is embarrassing as a country.
Well, the front page here, sacks of shit, foul mouth,
That's funny,
Senate curses out Goldman. They didn't curse out Goldman. They were referring to a memo. I mean, yeah, they made it hurt a little bit, but they weren't sitting up there going, "You are shit, sir." That's cursing them out, right? Let's get back to Exhibit 166. Oh, boy.
Yeah. 166, series of emails. First is June 26, 07. That's after June 22. July 1, 2007, tells the sales force the top priority is Timberwolf. Your top priority to sell is that shitty deal.
Mr.
Got it?
My comment was I didn't recall the sales.
You got it?
That we were trying to sell.
Okay, you're trying to sell a shitty deal, and it's your top priority. Come on, Mr. Sparks.
Well, Mr.
Should Goldman Sachs be trying to sell, and by the way, it sold it, a lot of it, after that date. Should Goldman Sachs be trying to sell a shitty deal?
Well,
can you answer that one? Can you answer that one, yes or no?
There are prices in the market that people want to invest in things. I didn't use that term with respect to this deal.
Guy's hanging in there, even though he's sweating his balls
off. He's a fucking sidestepping twat. Can you answer that one, yes or no? And he couldn't.
Shitty.
Blue Healer is picking up on the fact that it sounds like someone's playing Asteroids in the background. You hear the thrust sound?
Oh, it is.
It's the
thrust
asteroid
thrust sound.
Remember the thrust sound?
Of course Jimmy remembers that.
I do.
He got high score as a young little tussleable, abusable lad.
In the Brunswick Arcade,
yes.
Mayor Charles Nicola, ex-mayor of North Brunswick, kept the arcade open. I remember the article. It said, well, the kid can play as long as he wants.
The kid.
With
then
my
he
little
touched
hat.
your little scrotum that hadn't fallen yet.
No, it hadn't fallen already.
Oh,
sure had. My glasses. Getting lots of points.
Aw. Lots of points. You hear that in the background of the thrust. And
funny.
finally, the last part of the clip here. Senator Carl Levin.
Well, who did use that term? Who's Tom Montag? Who's Daniel Sparks?
That's me.
And who's Tom? I know it is. Who's Tom Montag?
Tom Montag was the head of the division at the time.
And he was telling you.
Is there anything better when you're being interrogated? Because me and Ed have been interrogated, and Jimmy has. When they ask you that easy question, you kind of get a little excited, like, oh, I can answer that one.
I got
nicely.
that one. Yeah. That's me.
I am. That's me, sir.
That's me.
Like you're helping. You're here to help, Senator. You're here to help out.
It's like facing a really tough pitcher, and you know that one's way outside, so you're like, okay, all right, I don't have to worry about that pitch.
Tom Montag was the head of the division at the time.
And he was telling you on June 22, boy, that Timberwolf was one shitty deal. And then you got Exhibit 166, series of emails pushing the Goldman sales force to sell Timberwolf securities. First is June 26, 2007 email. The next email, take a look, July 107, tells the sales force the top priority is Timberwolf. The next email is July 24th, 2007. Timberwolf is again listed as one of the top priorities, still after the shitty deal assessment, and one in which one of GS sales team leaders, Matthew Biber, writes that with regard to Timberwolf, I'm all over these guys. So, if you can't give a clear answer to that one, Mr. Sparks, I don't think we're going to get too many clear answers from you, but I've taken much more than my time, and we're going to come back to you and to the others on my second round.
Second round? That's only the first round?
First round, the guy goes back to the corner, bloodied eye. Cut me, Mick.
The card girls come out.
He's
with
sweating.
their hot little bikinis.
They're icing down his chest.
Right.
He's just
my
fucked.
God.
His mouthpiece flew out of his mouth.
Dude, fucking Damian Maya wasn't as bashed by Silva after round. He was happier to go back and fight him for round 2.
No kidding.
After round 2.
And this guy, I wish I could give him credit. No, Wade, I'm telling you, it's a real shitty deal.
No, it's a shitty deal. We're not a bank, Jerry.
Right.
Why don't you go see Bill Deal over at Goldman Sachs? He'll give you a shitty deal. So what you're saying is, what are you saying?
Right.
It's a shitty deal.
Chris on Long Island has a very good point about this, too. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, guys, just want to point out, they're talking about Exhibit 166. That means there's 165 other exhibits.
Right. You hear that, Jimmy?
Yeah.
What? Because that's Exhibit 166. There's another 165 they're going to get to.
And you know that ain't the last. He's absolutely right.
Oh, no.
You want to hear Exhibit 2 of 3?
Right. Right.
But this to me is what is
Oh,
why
fuck,
I don't
that's
know
good.
enough about Wall Street. This guy's may be able to argue that this guy was wrong with gold. I don't know, but this is like, what do you think of one of the questions to this to the chairman Blankenfein? I'm sorry. Later in the day, Levin grilled Goldman CEO Lloyd Blankfein about the emails. What do you think of selling securities to your own people thought were crap? He asked. Blankfein responded, I think there's a lot of options about the way a security will perform.
All right, there you go.
Like, do you understand these cunts? This is the way they think.
When your broker calls you and says, hey, you want to jump on this deal, you trust, or used to anyway, that he is using his knowledge and his research and getting you a good deal because he's your broker. This proves that, no, they were doing what was in the best interest for themselves by selling you the shitty deal. And then
Jason Alexander. Is it a no big deal story? But then again, if you get hit by a car and then you want to go motherfuck the guy and it's Jason Alexander, you got to give him a little respect for all those years of Seinfeld.
Respect. That kid's family is cha-chinging.
You
like
think they're cha-chinging?
When he first opened his eyes, he just saw dollar signs with Jason Alexander looking over him.
He saw that horrible horseshoe hair and said, holy fuck.
Did Jason Alexander just hit me with a fucking car? This is better than Powerball.
Thank you, God. Thank you.
Yes.
Do you think when Jason saw that
You're
he had
right.
hit somebody, he just pictured his wallet exploding in the middle of the
His
street?
exploding wallet.
Wow. Yeah, you think he would just make some kind of deal with the family just to go, all right, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Here's a mill. How much could he get from Jason Alexander?
25 grand.
Nah, they got to go
that's
higher
it.
than 25 grand.
He's not hurt.
Depends on how fucked up he is. Well, he could have emotional damage.
Yeah, there's
What does it
emotional
say?
damage.
Well, it
Come
says
on.
the 14-year-old bicyclist was not seriously injured. So
On the
seriously.
outside. On the inside, if someone from Seinfeld, I would be like, how often is Seinfeld? I'd be the lawyer. Excuse me, how often is Seinfeld played on television on a daily basis?
Right.
Is it one time? No, is it 2 times?
Right.
How about 5 to 8 times in this city? And do you understand what this child will feel every time he passes by an episode of
shit,
Seinfeld
you're good.
and sees Jason Alexander, the man that struck him and nearly took his life?
It's like you've been in court before or something.
Oh, it's fantastic,
This is strange.
scumbags. And before you know it,
I would say just under 6 figures. I would say high fives for this kid.
High fives?
Yeah, high fives all around.
High fives all
High
around.
fives, high fives. Where were we? Courtney Love.
Yes.
So
Courtney.
Billy Corrigan wrote some music for Courtney Love's new album and then said, please don't release this stuff because he didn't think it was up to
No,
par
I mean,
or
they're
something?
good. They're some of the best songs on the album.
So why wouldn't he want them released
Because
then?
they're not friends anymore.
You were hit by
Oh.
Art Vandelay.
Jesus. And why aren't they friends anymore?
I don't know, because she's crazy, and, he's probably not all there either, and, they're
No,
friends.
Billy Corrigan is all there. And I'm going to be the one that defends Billy Corrigan because on one of these Artist Confidentials, he fucking mentioned the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
Something about, well, if they could curse, I could curse. So that means the guy kind of takes a peek every once in a while. So let's all be fans of Billy Corrigan and Smashing Pumpkins, Anthony.
Yes.
All right?
No.
No?
No. Not really. Not a fan.
The
Not a fan of
world is
Courtney,
a
though.
vampire. You don't even like that one? World is a vampire.
It's the whining thing. I don't
It's
like
kinda
it.
silly, isn't it?
Oh, come on.
And is the world a vampire man?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Sucking us all dry.
Vampire.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm turning this into Billy Corgan Day on the Opie and Anthony show. Billy, call our show.
Shaved his head like a week after they hit. What happened with that?
He was in turmoil, Anthony.
Was that it? Turmoil? He had to shave his head?
Yes, you know. Yuck. Despite all my rage, I'm what, Ant? I'm what?
Still just a rat in a cage.
That's right.
I know the songs. Had to sit through them at AAF.
No, you didn't. We were too busy pouring beans on naked broads.
That is true.
When did you actually listen to a
That's
song? When we had naked broads to get to.
I know.
Who cares if they weren't of age?
Why not? They are now. That's Billy Corgan with hair. Why did he shave it? Was he just disturbed?
Will you leave him alone? He's a fan of the show, I'm thinking. Billy Corgan Day. Billy Corgan Day.
He has a lot of rage. Ooh.
He really does. He's just so angry. It's just such a voice.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
I like a lot of their
Sorry.
stuff. What was the big album? Melancholy something?
Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
Yeah. How's the Courtney Love new album?
It's good, actually. It's
Oh, shut up.
Why are you a
can't
Courtney
be
Love fan, Travis?
Why aren't you guys
objective?
Courtney
You
Love?
can't be
Why didn't you meet her?
objective. You like her.
She was not having a great day.
Why?
She
Why?
never
why?
has a great
She
day.
never has.
She
When was the
really
last
seems
time she had
fucking
a great
irritating.
day?
I've met her before.
Her own daughter doesn't want anything to do with her. Fucking Kurt's fucking daughter's 17, man.
She hot?
She's got the Kurt eyes.
I
She's
don't
kinda
mean, what a fucking
Crazy.
Kurt had those
missing.
fucking
Oh shit! Let me see.
those soulless eyes. Look, she's got
she's
those.
a little hefty.
She's a bit hefty, but she's got the fucking Kurt eyes, which is just creepy to
Let's
see.
Let me see. All right, not hefty there.
She's
what
all-
happened?
she's all
Was
right.
she up and down all the time?
Do you know anything about
Girls? What?
Do you know
Sound
anything
like
about?
You were gonna say that.
Do you know anything about Kurt's daughter? Does she have the music talent? Does she play? Does she do anything?
No.
I don't think she does. I think she's more into like fashion.
She looks like Courtney though.
Yeah, but with
Like,
Kurt's
with
eyes,
Kurt
though, right?
eyes. Nice gams.
Yeah, she's almost there.
You got to see. There's certain
She's
girls,
almost there.
Certain girls you can look at and just go, "Yup, that's going to be hot," and others you look at and go, it's got to needs to age a little.
Yeah.
You got to see what the hell's going on there.
Hey, I think we got some fucking Seinfeld humor coming in.
Oh,
I just didn't watch enough Seinfeld episodes, so let's
rules.
Tell me if any of these make sense. Bob in West Virginia. Virginia? Bob, what's up, buddy?
Hey, that boy's going to settle out of court for a lifetime supply of large hot coffee.
Of coffee? That was Kramer.
Oh, it's Kramer? See, I don't know.
Yeah.
How about this one? Nick in Philly. Nick?
Yeah, do you think Jason Alexander was flopping down a fucking cheesesteak while he was driving? He's on them fucking Weight Watchers commercials now?
Yeah, he's doing a Weight Watchers commercial now.
I watched the Weight Watchers commercial last night. Matter of fact, it came on TV. And
Yeah.
he's bragging that he lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Can't you do that just walking around
I know,
Manhattan
doing
in the summertime?
Yeah, I know. You really don't need.
I mean, if you're on Weight Watchers, shouldn't you be losing more than 15 pounds in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
He looks like a bald retard.
I hear he's retained Jackie Childs though, so that should help him out.
All right,
he's a
let's-
good lawyer.
Hey, it's Billy Corrigan Day on the Opie and Anthony Show. What do you got, Dennis in Washington?
That the name of the band Smashing Pumpkins comes from nice tits in England.
See, how could you not like that, Anthony?
Those are smashing pumpkins, I must say.
So now you got to like
Yes,
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing pumpkins. Shut up. Dumb limeys.
Idiots.
Half fags.
What's wrong with you, man?
Like Archie Bunker said, it's a fag country. It's a fag country about England. Called it a fag country.
What did he say about Mike Stivic was saying his friend with glasses was coming over? What are you going to call him gay? And Archie was like, no, a guy with glasses is 4 eyes. It was something about
A fag is gay,
A
yeah.
fag is a queer, and a guy with glasses is 4 eyes.
Yeah.
What was that quote? It's one of the best
fantastic.
quotes ever.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Guy
find
with glasses is a 4 eyes. A fag is a queer.
The guy with the glasses is a Four Eyes.
A Four Eyes.
Is a Four Eyes, right?
You got the quote right. A guy who wears glasses is a Four Eyes. A guy who's a fag is a queer.
That was on regular television. It's fantastic.
Really funny.
Hey, Smashing Pumpkins also did that fine version of Landslide, Anthony. Not going to turn you around on this one?
No.
The world is a vampire.
Nice little riff in there. Come on.
You don't think the world's a vampire, Ant?
No.
No!
I don't think the world is a vampire. Oh, Long Island Casino plans. Look at that. And they're showing
your house.
Yeah.
No,
they're showing Nassau Coliseum.
This involves my New York Islanders. Listen to this one. They want to build a fucking new state arena, whatever.
Yeah.
On an Indian reserve, one of the Indian reserves out there in Long Island.
Yes.
And then have a casino part of the deal and all that.
As long as they don't do what they did at Yonkers and just put fucking slot machines up there. Table games, you fucks. Table games.
Of course.
Nassau betting on casino.
Be everywhere eventually.
They wouldn't do it.
It's ridiculous.
If people didn't go. They wouldn't do it if people didn't go. If people go, fuck you, and didn't go.
Right.
Someone will always be there to fill an empty seat.
Good.
That's
no
the
matter
problem.
what.
They
no
know they
matter
can get
what
away with
kind
it.
of like, look at that seat.
Is that a Meadowlands seat?
So look at that seat. It is directly behind an I-beam.
Yeah. And some fucking moron thought that was acceptable.
Wow. So they had to take that. But you can't just take that one seat out. There's a bunch of seats that would be affected by that column. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like look at the next seat over. If you're looking
To
that
the left.
way on the field, yeah.
That would
you
be
got
to
to
the
clear
left.
out a fuckload of seats.
You went that way. That would be to the left.
Well, yeah, that way. Well, then you'd have to peek around it that way.
Have fun, Giant fans. Pay your licensing fee like good boys and
Excuse
girls.
me, it's not. It's the Jets fucking stadium.
Exactly, those
not the
dumbbells
Giants.
too. Keep paying your every
Although
fan
it's
should have
both,
said
but
go
I
fuck
don't know,
yourself
it's
and
the
not
Giants
paid it.
Because I'm a Jets fan, and that's why I said that.
Yeah.
What?
If they had 1,000 seats sold and fucking 70,000 empty ones, and go, oh, everyone's telling us to go fuck our mothers with this licensing fee, they would drop it. But you know what? Dumbbell after dumbbell drops their pants and opens their asshole and says, I bleed jet green.
Makes
Stick it in.
Sexy.
So stupid.
You know
Yeah.
what?
I haven't been to a game in fucking years.
I think we got to get Mad Dog on the phone, but I think the NBA's in trouble. They're like going broke or something.
Why?
That's what I like to know. It seems like they're fucking pulling in their
No one cares.
pulling in the dough
Because they're franchising
man.
the cities that aren't going to support the teams. Like, the fucking, the Susquehanna fucking Sox. Or the fucking, whatever. The Brunswick hats.
I hear the NBA has. I hear the NBA has some serious problems, though, man. Some serious problems. Some
Really?
teams are in some deep shit.
I didn't know that.
And the league in general is not that healthy. And you're looking at really. I mean, they're selling out these games. And,
Did not know.
And we're paying a bloody fortune to go to a sporting event. What fucking camera are they showing on TV that I need now? Is it the Kodak? They're obsessing about this goddamn. What is that?
3M.
It's a 3M.
A 3M fucking.
Looks a little
what does
big,
it do?
though.
Is it also a projector?
It's
Is that what it is? Okay, it projects on the wall.
Oh, okay.
From 8
I
feet.
don't need that shit. I don't need.
I'd love to have that.
Or something.
I don't need a fucking projector.
Paper girl sucking my
296.
asshole and then show her family on the wall.
I bought the HD Flip slide. What
Yeah.
a waste of fucking money.
What's the
that
slide?
is.
Didn't like that one?
It's the slide feature is just stupid. It's just so you could see your videos, like fucking Letterbox, whatever. You know what I
Because
mean?
it's got a bigger screen on it, like a slide out.
Yeah.
Where like a phone would slide out a
Yeah.
keyboard.
Yeah, and
This
it's a-
one slides out a screen.
Oh, I didn't know they had that.
and it's a touch screen too. With all the functions. But
That's a flip?
yeah, I'll bring it in. I'm not happy with it. It works like
what's
the
wrong
regular
with it,
flip,
though?
and then you slide it out so you could have a nicer screen on playback to check out your videos. I don't care about that.
But is anything else different?
I don't think so, Ant.
The quality,
I mean, a little
the time.
No, the time. I think you get 4 hours. I think, and it's a touch screen, so
Space?
instead of the buttons.
Oh, touch screen.
I'm still a fan of buttons. I don't need everything. I don't need everything touch screen yet.
I love a good touch screen.
Yeah, me too.
You need touch screen everything now.
Touch screen.
I was
Rocky Horror.
You know what it is? It's that with the iPhone, you get so used to having a touch screen.
Yes!
That, like, I'll be playing with my digital camera.
Hold on. What? You do what?
I'll have, like, my digital camera, and I'll just touch the screen thinking that, everything is touch screen.
Fuck him.
I do that when people hand me their camera and say, look at this picture, and it's too small. I take 2 fingers and try to spread it out and make it bigger, and they go, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah?
I go, I'm trying to make the picture bigger.
So, Travis, you touch your camera?
Yeah.
Touch it.
3M pocket projector. M Pro
Yeah.
50. Okay.
It's a little pocket projector.
All right, well.
Yeah.
But the HD slide, whatever. I shouldn't have bought it. Maybe I'll just give it to a listener.
Pocket projector
I
in
should've
your
got the one
pants,
Jimmy
or you
got.
just dripping pre-cum, or something like that.
Yeah. Or something like that.
Something.
Where were we?
I didn't hear that, but I know I didn't miss a winner.
No, it was good. It was good.
What was it?
I'm not.
It was
saying a
enjoyable.
word. Listen to the replay.
No, please do I
No,
ever.
it's okay.
It was enjoyable.
I'm busy.
It's all right. I'll say it again later.
Oh, and here's your hot story of the day.
What is it?
Well, when I said 17,
Oh.
you said younger.
Ooh, are we?
Right?
Yeah. Are we?
I heard about this the other day, but here's the news story. This is holy shit.
This Detroit strip club is accused of employing basically a child as a topless dancer. The 14-year-old troubled teen had reportedly been working at the club for several months.
You know why this isn't hot?
Why?
Because I already figured out something that just doesn't make it hot for me.
Anthony doesn't like young black girls dancing.
That upsets me. There should be better opportunities for young black girls than stripping. So to me, this is more of a moral conundrum. I don't like this.
Is that
I don't
why
like
that
this
bothers
story.
you?
You don't like,
Yes.
You don't like black strippers? Remember when we were in Atlanta? What was the name of
I
that fucking...
certainly do.
Remember the one black stripper that...
Sorry. The commercial for It's Complicated came on. They were playing footsies under the table. I'm sorry, man. That just caught me.
Yeah, it's a funny movie, right? Doesn't it look funny? It's complicated. Yeah, it certainly is.
I bet it is.
It certainly is. Ugh. Yuck. What? Where was I? I forgot. Okay.
No, we went down to Atlanta. We went to that strip club. And there
Oh,
were, there were
yeah,
black
yeah,
strip-
yeah.
Remember the one black stripper that had the extra butt muscle?
No, fuck that place. You know what the best place we went to in Atlanta was?
The white.
The airport to leave. I hated Atlanta.
We had a good time in the strip club, though.
I didn't want to live there.
No,
and,
of course
and
not.
I didn't like Freaknik.
You didn't like
scared me.
You didn't like Buckhead?
I didn't like Buckhead was nice.
Buckhead was
if you want
alright.
a fucking a $27 million house for like $800,000.
Sure.
It was wonderful. Jesus Christ, you could get an estate for nothing down there.
I love it down there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live. I love doing the punchline. I wouldn't live down there, but I love going down and visiting.
I wouldn't live in Atlanta proper. On the outskirts, seems like, fine. But Atlanta itself, a
Atlanta
little
downtown
too
was
urban.
scary.
A little too urban for me.
It was
Too
scary
urban.
downtown because it's not what we're used to.
This is not what I am used to.
Not what I'm used to.
But, 14-year-old girl is dancing, and she's troubled. And the club has had numerous homicides from shootings and woundings in the club. And, apparently she made a lot of money, too.
Do they know she was 14, or is it fake ID?
I think they knew.
Stupid Tom Barnes.
Oh, remember him?
Yeah, I remember Tom Barnes.
He was the insultant.
And we just got fired. And he takes Aunt and I to a strip club because we're in Atlanta looking at another gig. And I'm like, all right, man, this is cool. Tom Barnes is taking us to a strip club. Nice black strippers. And we're getting lap dances on Tom Barnes. And fucking doing coke and shit. No, just kidding. Not the coke thing.
Coke.
That's been many years.
We did so much coke, it was coming out our thumb.
And then the fucking asshole decides that moment that he needs to tell me I need therapy. I'm like, really? Now you want to tell me this in a fucking strip club?
That he needs it, or you do?
That I do. I'm not saying I didn't.
What
or,
made him
or
say
don't.
that? What did you do that made him say that?
He I don't know.
Now, what'd you do that made him say?
Go
Come
ahead,
on.
tell him.
What'd you do that made him say?
Well,
go ahead, tell him.
No,
yes, I want
Go
to
ahead, tell him.
What'd you do?
This is classic.
Fuck you, Anthony.
What'd you do that made him say?
Look, I prove that I'm right and he's wrong. Because I'm still going strong. We're still going strong.
Yeah.
He might have said, Jimmy, that I have a tendency to blow things up.
What year was that, Oak?
I might have been 98.
Wow.
He might have said I have a tendency.
Boob. He can't help himself.
Yeah.
He can't help himself, and it's just a lot of fun now that we were able to see. Oh, here's the Jay we all remember. Yeah, no, there's room for everybody. We'll all get a show. Don't worry. Now we both got screwed. Now we both got canceled. I like working on cars. Yeah, Conan likes working on his hair. You know.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. He's been working on that Leno impression.
Yeah.
I like Letterman. I think he's really funny, but I kind of wish that he would be really honest about what bugs him about Leno, which is that he had Leno on his show and he helped him, and now Leno kills him. It's kind of annoy him. That would annoy me. If I had a guy on my show and all of a sudden he took the job that I thought was mine and then killed me in the ratings, that's what all of it's about.
That would be annoying.
Everybody knows that.
Gather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to smash Leno? Beat him.
Yeah.
Or anybody who doesn't like anybody, beat him.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm working
Work on my cars.
Work on my car.
They have known each other for a long fucking time,
Sure
man.
Yeah.
A long time.
We're whipping through material today, which is good, and then we're going to take a break and get Mark Maron in here.
Wow, 35 years, Jesus.
What?
A long time.
35 years ago.
To know
Is
somebody.
Maron here?
Oh, yeah, he's down there.
Okay.
We'll get to him. Precious on SNL. This is something we didn't get to yesterday. So Precious was on SNL, and it was horrendous. I wish Sam was here to help us out with what the skits are.
I could hear her name 8,000 times and still just not remember it.
Gabourey.
I call her something else at home, but
What?
Gabourey?
What do you call her at home?
Precious.
Oh.
I don't think that's right.
I just got to remember Gamma Ray. Okay.
So it's Gabourey.
Gabourey.
Gamma Ray. She's built like the Hulk.
So her
Get
name's
it?
Precious Precious Gabourey?
No, her real name's not Precious.
No, it is.
No.
Or is it Gabourey Precious?
It's Gabourey Sidibe.
Fat is a Gabourey.
Exactly.
Sidibe.
How are you supposed to get
What?
some...
What is that? Stop it.
How about she changes her
What's wrong
name?
with Tanisha Johnson?
Gabourey
Come on. Gabourey.
Gabourey Sidibe.
Call her Gabby.
Gabourey
Oh,
Sidibe.
Gabby.
I call her fat.
Oh.
Yeah. Call her Flabby.
Who named her?
Flabberay.
Fucking Tweaky from Buck Rogers. Gabourey Sidibe.
Gabourey Sibbity.
Gabourey Sidibe. Bill Cox's outfit. Gabourey Sidibe. Stupid name.
Look at her indented knuckles because of the fat. The second you're above 3 years old and your knuckles are still indented, it's time to lose fucking weight.
Sorry, I should have waited that out.
No, it's just true.
The visual was right there for me. So she was out of breath after the opening monologue. We saw that yesterday and heard that. Well, now she's flubbing all her lines in her skits, so no one's laughing. This is the key to this.
Yeah, the thing is that, like, because she was obviously reading the cue cards every time, so a lot of it ended up being visual. But I pulled some clips of the audio elements to it, because she was just reading, and she'd be flubbing her words or saying them as if she was just reading them, and then the punchlines got totally lost.
So you're gonna hear a little uncomfortable laughter where there should be a big laugh there, and the person she's doing the skit with is hitting her punchlines nice and getting big laughs. That's
Right.
what you're gonna hear here, and this is why we're playing it today.
Now, why did you go ahead and write this book, A Girlfriend?
I'm so sick of watching people go broke because they come in to get treated, especially in my rinky-dink hospital. Too many cutbacks.
Deja vu. That is what my hairdresser has named my hairdo, the cutback, because she only cuts the back.
Not saying the material is good, but she's hitting her punchline, getting the laughs, and Gabourey, someone's calling her Cinnabon, dog shit sniffer, didn't get the laugh because she fucking flubbed her line heading into the punchline.
And I'll just say, no, she didn't drag them off.
Oh, I know.
See, because...
Let's just leave it at that.
Well, no, I got to explain.
Platform shoes.
Yes.
Okay. Can I explain for everybody?
Well, no. Let's just not.
Anyway, idea for this book when I was watching your show. And I remember thinking, if that weirdo talking nonsense can write a book, so can I.
I'm going to take that as a compliment because I wasn't listening.
She was supposed to get a laugh there.
That was a big laugh moment.
Jimmy's
there.
very
It was
uncomfortable. Why are you uncomfortable, Jimmy?
There's nothing there.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm not sure. Maybe because she's going back over. I can't tell. Maybe because she keeps starting the line over, and that hurts the joke.
Is it terrible? She can't spit this line out.
She was not. Well, she's never spit anything out in
Or
her
a
life.
chicken wing, yeah.
She was nominated for an Oscar,
Especially since weirdo was the funny word in that joke,
Yeah.
and that's the one that she had
flubbed.
to repeat
Or repeat,
But
right?
we had no.
I had a I had a producer in my ear yelling the WNBA scores to me. Oh, but good news, I just won 30 whole bucks from Cynthia Nixon.
I want people to know we nurses are doing the best we can regardless. Last week, a man came in with kidney stones, screaming like Adam Lambert. We didn't have any more sedatives, so I squeezed his neck until he passed out a little bit.
That is using your noggin.
Oh, I have to do it all the time. My hospital is so low rent, it has a Little Caesars pizza in it.
She's getting
Oh,
nothing.
man, her delivery is so bad.
Well, you
She's
know what it
reading
is?
this.
It's so low rent.
Real low rent.
It's so. Can you replay it? It's so low rent.
Did she say really?
Yeah.
It's low rent.
It's like a black inflated Voss. Cannot speak.
Was that near the end of the clip?
No, it's at the last line. It's the beginning of this last joke.
Okay.
It's so low rent.
That is using your noggin.
Oh, I have to do it all the time. My hospital is so low rent, it has a Little Caesars pizza in it.
See, that's
The
writers must be pulling their fucking hair
The
out. Like,
only-
look, I wrote some good shit for you. You
It's
hit the
corny
punchline?
anyway. It's fucking
Well, it's
corny.
SNL crap. You
The
know.
only funny bit the whole night was the American Tourister bit.
You hit that punchline, didn't you? You want more of this?
It's all the same jokes.
That's all you need.
Stink.
Different day, same joke.
Exactly.
That writing is terrible.
Oh,
That's
hard.
fucking terrible.
Yeah, but the other one is getting fucking laughs because she's hitting her punchline.
Because compared to that,
of course,
it's fucking awful.
You want more?
I can't get enough.
Hey, how about this, man? You want to go down to the dog track? Yeah, I just got paid. Come on, let's double up.
You should take that money, put it in a Roth IRA, and invest it in an international small cap mutual fund. Those stocks are 25% off their 52-week high, but their fundamentals are still impressive.
Mrs. Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Now get from around here!
Oh, I get it.
I
don't
See, the skit is that
I don't really under.
she's a crazy woman in the window, but instead of yelling things out that are crazy,
She yells
she's
sound advice. Yeah. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Department of Motor Vehicles. If you are here to register an automobile or commercial vehicle or apply for a driver's license, you are at the wrong facility. The Department of Motor Vehicles maintains lists of the correct facilities with directions, but you must wait in line here to receive one. For those waiting in line, food and drink are not permitted at the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Oh.
While waiting in line, visitors are not allowed to play music on a transistor radio, portable tape player, Walkman, or iPod, with or without their headphones.
Yeah. Who thought it was a good idea to have her on SNL?
Who wrote that?
Was Lorne Michaels fucking losing it finally?
Is a dramatic reading from a DMV worker.
Yeah.
What?
Is a dramatic reading by a DMV worker.
I don't care what it is.
Oh.
We heard you.
Shit.
Oh.
Isn't that
It's terrible.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Who could make that funny? How? How could you make that funny?
God.
And we've been beating her up. Howard called her a one-hit wonder, and then Jamie Foxx gets all pissed off.
All
well,
mad.
that doesn't fucking help your case, Jamie
Please.
Foxx. She stinks.
But I mean, that
She got
writing is
lucky with
bad
that.
too, though.
She got lucky with that Precious. She's not going to be a big fucking deal in Hollywood.
Go home and snap a Tyrannosaurus's jawbone.
Jamie Foxx took on the wrong fucking cause, man. She sucks. She stinks.
It's a rough one.
It's a rough one. All right, Mark Maron's here, so why don't we step aside?
Yes.
Pay a few bills. And we'll get Mark Maron in here. Well, we got some audio from the Tonight Show appearance.
Opie and Anthony.
It's great.
They're like the hottest guys on radio.
Wow, that's really nice.
Really nice. Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
It starts with an O&A plug before headlines.
Opie and Anthony Show on XM Radio.
Very nice.
Tested. Leno approved.
They plugged us like 3 times last night on the show.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Well, folks, I think we're having fun. And the weird thing is about terrorists is that they're indoctrinated. It's like a cult, you know, the way they indoctrinate them. They are, one of the parts of it is they're denied, how should I say, they're denied pussy most of their lives. And the women that they do have in their life are mistreated. You know, they're covered up. They're not allowed to speak. And I think this is at the core of their ability to do evil. Because from personal experience, if you don't have a woman in your life keeping you down somehow, you have no real perspective of reality. Seriously, I mean, think about the conversation. We are going to go and fly the plane into the building. You're not going anywhere. We have people coming over. They're our friends. We invited them. Remember? If you need to fly somewhere, why don't you fly to the supermarket and get some ice cream for dessert? But no, I must go and fly. No. Okay. I cannot go to fly the plane into the building. No, I am not afraid of that. No, I must go now to get Chunky Monkey. Because that's, I mean, that's sort of at the core of civilization, really, is women saying no. Whether it's your mother, your sister, your wife, your lover, no. If it wasn't for that from the beginning of civilization, men would be out in the streets fucking animals. They wouldn't get just because they wouldn't know better. They'd be What? What, honey? What? I'm sorry, I didn't know. It wasn't running away.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony. On the Virus, Sirius XM.
Kind of mellow.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I was just going to say, people saying homo music.
Yeah, I feel gay.
I'm going to go with
Sonic Youth.
I was
Sounds
going
like
to say
The
Sonic
Cure.
Youth. All right. Someone's birthday today?
Sonic
Kim
Youth.
Okay.
Ugh. Says a little gay as a rejoinder
It's a
there.
huge song, like 2
Trav
years ago.
Dog.
All right.
It's not a Trav Dog.
Trav Dog won't play this anymore.
Oh,
Hey, man, he's got
I
games.
like it. Talk in third person.
He's got Game 7 to deal with tonight. With the
Habitants.
The Habitants. Game 7
Habs.
tonight. Canadians.
Canadians,
Montreal, yes.
yeah.
Hey, we got Mark Maron in the studio.
Yeah.
We're all noticing that we might have a happy Mark Maron in studio.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go nuts.
Get carried away with yourself.
I'm a little.
We've had some good times with you over the last couple of years when you come in.
Well, I think I've successfully fucked her out of my heart.
Okay, go.
Good man.
So it took a while. It took a lot of self-abuse,
Good
a lot of
man.
pain. Now I got bigger problems. My boots don't fit, and I just bought them, and I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Oh, shit.
I'm obsessed with them. I don't know what I get obsessed with these stupid things. My dad's got me on these vitamins, and I ran out of one of the vitamins yesterday, and I'm on the road. I don't got the vitamin with me, and I'm thinking maybe that's the fucking one that's making me feel better.
Yeah,
so
that
now
would've been the one.
I don't know why I'm getting obsessed with this stuff. In the boots, I bought them. I thought they were perfect, and now 3 weeks later, I'm like I'm an asshole.
Oh, 3 weeks later. Okay.
Well, I bought 3 pairs of the same boot, so now I'm just I want to spitefully go throw them in the garbage and buy 3 pairs of the same boot again in the right size
And fix
you know
the
what?
problem.
Right.
Yeah, like it never happened.
Do you get that?
I'm with you.
It's
Completely.
like
Because when I find, it's hard for me to find clothes or boots or shoes that I really
furious.
like. So when I do find something I really like, I'm like you. I buy 3 or 4 of them because I'm like, God damn, I like this.
This is great.
Right. And then you think they fit, and the first couple days you think they fit, and then about a week or two you're like, motherfucker, this doesn't fit.
And I can't
then you
stop-
obsess about it.
I can't stop thinking about it. It's driving me nuts because I bought 3 pairs. They're Red Wings. You know, they're made in America. They're lifetime warranty. You go in, they'll fix them. And I thought I was going to have this relationship with the Red Wing store, and I was going to be a worker among workers. And now I'm just furious.
I do it with clothes all the fucking
All I'm thinking about, like I have to open my shows now and literally tell them that I don't know if my shoes fit, and I can't stop
Are your
thinking
socks
about it.
too thick?
See, now I'm
Maybe go with a thinner sock.
I don't know.
I'm
People
trying to
are
help you
like-
out here.
People are like, no, they don't. They're too loose, and people are like, put insoles, and I'm like that. I'm a purist. If they don't fit without insoles, what's the point?
I have a
stupid.
I have
It's
a pair of
stupid.
boots that I refuse to throw away, so I wear them without socks because they fit without socks.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You know how uncomfortable it is to be in boots without socks.
Can't you take 2 pairs back and get the right size if they're unused?
They're not unused. I've worn all of them, and I know I'm going to angrily go to Goodwill and then say, I hope someone appreciates these 3-week-old, $300 shoes.
Yeah.
And then I got accosted by a chassid on the train who wanted me to tie prayer boxes to my head because I'm a Jew. And on the train,
What?
No, there's an arcane ritual that Jews are supposed to do every day. There are these 2 boxes with prayers in them that you tie you pray, and you tie one on your arm and you tie one on your head. And these Chabad guys, they want you to do it everywhere. They walk up to you, they go, "You Jew?" And you say yes, and then you're like, now I'm in for the guilt treatment. It's like, you done tefillin? I mean, who the hell does tefillin? You guys are the only guys that do it.
Tefillin?
Yeah, it's what it's
Do you
called.
know what that is?
Yeah, so we don't have to do it. He's like, I thought this was your job now. So I go to his hotel. I sit by a pool. He's got a pack of cigarettes, 3 cups of coffee, and he focused and was clear and smart and revealed shit about himself for an hour. And I was so proud of it.
Wow,
and
that's
Robin
really
was the
cool.
same way. Like, I didn't want to do a thing. I've met him a few times. I've talked to him at the cellar. We know each other. He knows my shit. And I was going up to San Francisco, and I thought, like, I'll try to get hold of him.
Right.
So he agrees to it. He says, come to my house. And all I wanted was a genuine conversation. That's all the podcasts are, is they're genuine conversations with guys I respect. Because I think comics are all philosophers. We're all smart. We've chosen to do something with our life that is tremendously risky. And we're fucking free thinkers. So I believe that we're capable of having a conversation about anything that's interesting. And that's the angle of it. So I go up there knowing that I can't have him spinning around. I just can't have it. I need to talk to him about real shit. And the fact that I was at his house, it was 11 in the morning, and I just got right into it. We sat down. I gave him a mic. I said, I'd driven to his house. I don't want to say where it is, but it's a pretty windy road. And I said, I have to assume that part of the reason you got sober was let's drive home. And literally this guy, he talked about getting sober. He talked about, Pryor when he was starting comedy. He talked about success. He talked about Kennison. He talked about the heart attack. He talked about stealing. Because of my audience, I said I'd be remiss if I didn't address, the reputation of you being a thief. And he addressed that.
Wow.
And,
What did he say about that? I'll be interested. I'll be on today. I'll actually hear it today.
Yeah, you can get any of them at any time for free on iTunes. WTF, or go to
WTFpod.com. Did he talk about Belushi?
We didn't. I can't remember if I asked him about. I think I asked him that he was there, but he was just very candid. And even because it was 11 in the morning, when he'd go off and they're like, "Oh, here we go," like it was sort of half-hearted, and he seemed to want to talk. He's got, he's freshly divorced. He's happy. He's sober. sober again, and he's very open-hearted because of the surgery and because of where his life is. So he was very willing to do a very candid interview, and I was very happy
great.
about
I
it.
gotta check that out, man.
It does sound like something.
Absolutely.
Like
He's a very
haven't
nice
seen him
guy.
like
I don't
that
know him well
before.
either, but you never feel when you're sitting around him like he thinks he's an Oscar winner. Or he really is a nice guy, and he treats other comedians very nicely.
He's a very sweet guy, but I wanted to somehow I think he's gotten short shrift from this generation of comics as being a hack or being a fake improviser, whatever. But this guy was the biggest star in the world.
Larry in California, I've been listening to Mark's podcast for a while now, and they fucking rock. So there you go. We don't have to go to him. But Chad has something for you, Mark. Mark Maron in studio. Chad in Dallas, what's up?
One of the best Mark Maron podcasts I've ever heard was the one where he was talking about where he was hanging out with Sam Kinison. It was the one he did with Bill Burr.
Oh yeah. Billy came
You
over.
have to talk about that. You have to tell that story.
Oh, the bed story.
told.
Oh God, yeah, that's quite a story.
Please tell it.
Okay,
Please
all right.
I used to love Kinison. So.
Well, I did my graduate work at the Comedy Store cutting coke for Sam Kinison when I was 22 years old. I told this story on Bill Burr's podcast. Billy, he had no idea that I had this history. When I was 22 years old, I was a doorman at the Comedy Store. I left college. I committed to comedy. I already had a little cocaine monkey on my back, and I went to L.A. thinking I was king shit. And somehow or another, I got sucked into the Kinison posse, and I lived in the house behind the Comedy Store that Mitzi owned.
Sure.
And that became the party house. Kinison would. My job was, I was this young kid, and I knew Monday nights were no cover nights, and Kinison was at the peak of his wave, and he would come to the store, and it was no cover night. So all the freaks in the world, porn stars, rockers, speed freaks, everyone would converge on the Comedy Store to watch Sam in the main room on Mondays. And about 12:30 at night, Sam would come up to me, give me $200 or $300. He said, "Go set the house up." So I would have to go to Pink Dot or somewhere, and I'd buy 2/5 of Jack Daniels, a bunch of mixers, a carton of cigarettes, and a bunch of little ones because I knew I'd have to hide those because I knew come day 3 it's just going to be me and Sam and a couple other freaks. But here are the two stories. The first time I met Sam. He didn't know me, so I had to go through some sort of weird initiation process. I was living at the house, and I was a doorman. He was a doorman, so he was like, we're going to do it. We're going one-on-one, Maron. So he comes up to the house, and he puts out the blow, and we're sitting there doing coke. And then, he's giving me the history of the world according to Sam. He's like, "Look me in the eyes, Maron. I don't trust someone who doesn't look me in the eyes." I'm like, "All right, I'm in. I'm here. I'm looking." And then, and then all of a sudden, he says, "You ever burn money, Maron?" I'm like, "No." And so he starts pulling out $100 bills, and he's burning money. I'm like, "Okay, as long as it's your money." So we're burning money. He's giving me the lowdown. And then at some point, it's 3 a.m, we run out of coke, and he's like, "We got to get more coke." And I'm like, I don't know anybody. He's like, "Let's go." So we get into my car, and we drive to this guy's house, and Sam's passing out in the car, and then he wakes up, and he's like, "I don't even know you. You could kill me." And we get to this guy's house in West Hollywood. It's 4:30 in the morning or whatever. We knock on this door. This guy comes to the door in a robe.
Nothing
and
a
I got
dealer likes
Sam.
more.
Yeah, and I got Sam with him. It turns out this guy was a dealer, but he was also a hairdresser, and so we barge in. Sam barges in. He's like, "We need some coke." And then Sam, we go into this guy's bedroom. Sam's sits on the floor. He goes, "You got any booze?" And the guy goes, "All I got is these miniatures from the plane." So he gives Sam this miniature Smirnoff, and he looked like a giant. He was just sitting there, he's on the floor sipping this, Smirnoff. And then he fucking passes out at this guy's house, and I'm like, "I guess I'm going." He's like, "You're not leaving him here. I don't want him to pull a Belushi on me." So now I got to schlep this, this huge man into my car and bring him back to the house. So now, the biggest star in comedy is laying face down on the floor in my house sleeping, and I'm like, "All right, this is how this is. This is what being a star is all about." Well, here's the story this guy's talking about. So I got too involved. I had to leave. That was the first time I bottomed out on drugs. I eventually cocained myself into a psychotic state and was hearing voices in my head. And I had to leave. And I know a lot of you have heard of
cocaine.
No, I had to.
I think I need more coke. I'm hearing voices.
I had to clean up because literally, I thought I was part of some great mystical scheme. Because when you hear voices in your head, it's never one; it's always many, and you spend a lot of time trying to get them to pick a fucking leader. If someone's got something to say, I need instruction. Tell me what to do. And one of them said, "It's time to go." So here's what was happening. It was weird at the Comedy Store at that time. And there, one night, a couple weeks before Sam's HBO special aired, we had this big jam session at the house. Sam played guitar, I played guitar. He brought all his equipment up to Crest Hill. We put it up on the balcony. We jammed over Hollywood. It was glorious. So he left his equipment at my house. Now, a few days later, we're down at the store. It's a Monday night. There used to be this guy that hung around the Comedy Store. His name was Dave. He was a Satanist. He was a freak. He was a heroin addict, and Sam hated him. This guy had a pentagram tattooed over his heart. He had 666 tattooed on his arm, the mark of the Illuminati on his ass. I don't know. But, he looked like Christopher Walken, and he was just a dope fiend. He wasn't a threat. Satan can be very annoying. and Sam just hated this guy because, Sam was the beast, and, he didn't want to have any, other little beast running around.
Sure.
So one night, this guy was very, annoying. And one night we're having a party at the house, and this guy shows up. And Sam's holding court. Everyone's doing coke. In the middle of this party, this guy, Dave, the Satanist, gets in Sam's face and says, "You're not a real Satanist. I'm reporting you to Anton LaVey." Like he was the head of the Satanic Church.
Yeah.
Right? Like he fucking would care. Like, I'm reporting a bad Satanist. So Sam just freaked out. He threw a drink in this guy's face, clocked him, and and there was a fight and there was a ruckus, and I was like trying to break it up, and the guy wouldn't leave, and I said, just get out of his face, and I locked the guy in my bedroom. Now, all of Sam's equipment is a bedroom, whatever. But I locked this guy in the bedroom, and I got to go because I got a friend coming into LAX. I got to pick him up. And here I'm telling him, my friend on the phone, like, I know Sam, we're hanging out. It's fucking wild, So I lock the guy in the bedroom. I get the fuck out of the house. I go pick up my friend at LAX. And and I crashed at that guy's hotel because I didn't want to go back to do. They just like listening to me talk. So all these comics are like, I never knew about any of these guys.
Yeah,
and
them onto him.
Yeah, and I just I love doing the thing. Where was I going with that?
Fitz.
Oh, Fitz, right. So Fitz is doing a podcast too. And he starts saying shit about me because he wants to do that kind of radio where it's like, I'm just no filter, man. I'm gonna shit on all my friends. So so he starts shit with me, and then we've had a feud. And
were you friends or no?
We're friends enough. I've known him for years. I like the guy. No, I like the guy. He's a nice guy, but then he gets on the mic, and all of a sudden he's doing this button pushing, making controversy where there isn't. Like, I did his podcast, and literally he's yelling at me. And I'm like, what happened? I thought we were just going to talk. And he's like, why are you so angry? What happened to you? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you so worked up about? But I did the show, and, we made the best of it. But then I heard he guest hosted Corolla. He swagged me on the air. And then I had to bring it up with him, and I don't want podcasts to be that.
Right.
I don't want to do this warfare shit.
Turn it into regular radio.
Yeah,
where,
right. What the hell's the point of that?
Becomes a wacky jock battle.
Yeah, but I think we're all right. So there's beefs there, but I've just had to find myself saying, look, I think I owe you an apology to open interviews a lot.
So you're interviewing Jimmy today.
That's Mark was one of the very.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I love Jimmy.
Mark was one of the what?
This was the point. I know.
Okay.
He'll hold on to it. Was that there's a lot of people that comedy nerds. There's a whole culture of comedy fans that really sort of the start of their comedy history is Mr. Show with Bob and Dave. They're sort of cliquey. They kind of like lock into a certain type of comic that is different than Jim and I. And like I go out of my way because I have a tremendous amount of respect for Jim, and I think he's an authentic, original voice, and he's paid his dues and he's got his own thing. And I just think a lot of people will dismiss certain comics as being part of something that they deem inappropriate or whatever. There's a certain Victorianness to these these nerd kids because it's not on any judgment. They just they haven't lived a life. They have no context for experience, so they'd rather condescend than just admit that they've never fucking experienced anything. So so I find on in my heart, it's like you guys. I want you to know who real comics are. Like I had John Cap on, Caparulo. Whatever you think of that guy, he's a he's a real deal guy, but he's like a blue collar guy.
Right.
But like in Jim, I've just been trying to get him on for months since the beginning.
It's funny. Mark was one of the first guys to be nice to me in New York. Mark, and because you hear horror stories about him.
One of the last.
And, horror stories. But Mark and Louis C.K. and Colin were the first three guys I thought were established. Well, naughty.
Jimmy.
But Mark and Louis first, I think, were the first two guys in New York that were like really respected comedians who treated me nice and who were like, wow, you're funny. You got some good. Like the first two guys were fucking Mark and Louis. So I always love Mark.
Yeah. Speaking of Louis, if you're listening, you fuck, answer my calls. I mean, what did I do?
Oh, no, it's where he is now. Oh, he's working.
I had a
on
very
things.
I had a very funny thing with him. And
I love Louis.
I love him too. We've been friends for years. I mean, we've been really good friends. He's helped me out of some binds.
He's a bag of shit who needs to stop buying medium T-shirts.
But I'll be honest with you.
I had to face that day too. I'm a large now.
He did one of the funniest things. Yeah, he's one. Like, a lot of us comics don't know each other that well, but some guys, they show up for you. And he did. There's a couple like years ago. I remember, I was like me, freaking out, and I remember like I called Louis, and I said, dude, I'm in fucking trouble, man. It's like I've smoked a pack and a half of cigarettes. I've drank 2 pots of coffee. I've masturbated twice, and I've eaten an entire pie. It's not even noon yet. And Louis just takes a beat and he says, what kind of pie? but I'm trying to get him on the show, and I don't know what I did wrong.
He's busy.
He's actually shooting his show.
He's really busy. He used to do it.
I take it personally.
He hasn't done our show in a while
I would
either.
too.
He's just busy.
I think
he's getting
that's
that
true.
TBS
but
show together. He doesn't have much of a staff, he was telling us.
He's a very hard guy to read, Louis, because he likes you because he'll do something with you. But every time I see Louis C.K., I want to just go, hi, what did I do? You never feel like Louis likes you, even though he certainly does. He's
just
a weird
busy guy right
He's
now.
just a detached,
Really
emotional
busy.
guy.
We had a funny moment. Do I have time?
Yeah.
It's just like, I've known him for years, and I'm a little defensive. I preemptively defend myself in salutations. I've been known to say hi by saying, "Is there a problem?" and I saw Louis in Montreal, and I was in another crisis, and I whined and bitched, and he helped me out, and I thought we were all good. And then a few weeks after that, we're at the Cellar. There's other comics around, and he sits me down, and he looks at me and he says, "Look, we're friends. I've known you a long time. And I just want you to know that when you belittle my success, it hurts my feelings." And this is in front of people, so I don't think I'm talking out of school. So I, of course, said, well, I just want you to know you're my friend, and your success hurts mine. And but he was being honest, and I understood what he meant because I thought we were right. But I don't realize the impact of my behavior. So I wrote him a nice apology note, and we're good. And this is the funniest thing because literally within the next week of him and I having this conversation, we don't really do anything with each other, and we talk maybe 3 or 4 times a year. But it's always, we're friends. So he never asks me to do anything. A week after that conversation, I get a call in Los Angeles. He goes, hey, you want to go to the Invention of Lying premiere with me? So, of course, I don't like doing that stuff because it makes me feel small. But I thought, it's my friend. He's asking me to go with him. And we had this conversation. I'm like, yes, absolutely, Louis, I'm going to go with you. So we get there, and I don't really know how to behave. I've never been to a fucking premiere, and he's got to walk the red carpet with Ricky Gervais, and I don't know if I'm supposed to walk with him. And I realized, no, I'm not supposed to do anything but go in the theater and sit and wait for my friend.
Movie.
Yeah, right. So I go in, and and I sit in the movie, and he sits next to me. He leaves in the middle because he's got to get a plane. So I'm sitting there, and then it dawns on me, it's like, holy shit, this was a big test. I think I've just been handed my ass in a true test of friendship. I can't belittle this motherfucker.
He left in the middle of it too.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I love him.
That is perfect.
I want him to come talk so bad. I want him to.
Ditched you.
He might be the best storyteller I've ever met, Louis C.K. Louis
great,
is just an interesting guy. He has it's a real gift to be able to. I can tell I'm really not a good storyteller, and Louis has a gift where he can just make anything interesting.
Because he's got this amazingly beautiful, grandiose sense of himself, which is it's beautiful because Louis is the kind of guy. He's always been this way. I've known him forever. I've known him when his apartments look like garbage bins. I've known him when he bought a $2,000 trumpet and didn't know how to play.
Oh,
that was
what a cunt.
You remember that, Jimmy?
No,
this is before.
Okay.
I think it's
spit
before.
on him.
That's great.
No, but he said he bought this trumpet because he was going to learn how to play it, and then he got home with the trumpet and he jerked off. And he said, "I wish I jerked off before I bought the trumpet. I would have saved myself some money." but the great thing about Louis is that
God, that is so funny.
We got to ask him about that. next time he's in
when
here.
you talk to Louis about anything, you could be asking him about have a little little woman problem, or what kind of coffee to buy. And he'll always say something like, "Well, it's interesting that you're talking about that. I'm reading the biography of Theodore Roosevelt," and he'll somehow reference the history of the Civil War to address an issue with whether or not you should make a purchase or go on a date. So he's got this incredible sense of history, and he really brings it.
Yeah. His analogies are great too.
I want to go. I want to go to instant feedback. Uncle Sully, please ask Mark Maron about the crazy couple he interviewed with the sex room and how they breastfed their teenage son.
Yeah, you got to listen to that one.
Is that one of your podcasts?
Yeah, you got.
I don't want to ruin your
it's a
revenue
couple
stream, my friend.